It was a dark and stormy night. Well, really, it wasn't night, and it wasn't stormy at all, but it was getting pretty dark. I went to Green Acres Mall to grab a bite at Red Lobster. Finding a parking spot was always tough. Nabbing one close to the restaurant is nearly impossible, but I found a spot at the end of the row and pulled in behind another car. When I came out, I found a ticket on my car for parking outside of a parking space. It was from the Nassau County Police Department. Had the fine and the section of the law all nicely written in. Lo and behold, when I checked, I saw that while there was a line on one side of the parking spot of the driver, there wasn't on the other. Now, I've been parking my car in that lot for over 20 years, and I've never seen a car with a ticket on it, so I was perplexed. I thought, this was a private parking lot? How is it that they could issue a ticket? Was it originally public land and the county just leased it to the developer of the mall? I decided to search to see if there was any credence to this. Googling Green Acres Mall parking tickets didn't reveal anything. And delving into the history, I found that it used to be an aircraft manufacturing site with an airfield, a dead end. Finally, I decided to go look up the tickets law code on the internet. Valley Stream is a small village in Nassau County, and while they do have a website, only the major laws are posted. This meant a visit to the courthouse. After asking a bunch of questions, I was directed to a room with many volumes of books. Finally, I found the exact book and the section of the parking code. Sure enough, it said, "There shall be no parking outside of parking stalls, blah, blah, blah." Then it referenced municipal parking lots, using beginning from the intersection of so-and-so, going 1,000 feet west, none, which were in Green Acres Mall. Just as I thought. So I made a copy and went to court. As I was sitting in the court, I was amazed how lenient the judge was, pretty much just running through the fines and reducing them automatically. As I stepped up, I gave my ticket to the bailiff and he handed it to the judge. Before I even spoke a word, he said, "I can reduce this to $20. Well, I said, I wasn't going to plead guilty. The law simply doesn't apply to this spot. Really, he said unconvincingly. Yes, I made copies of the law and I handed my copies to the bailiff. The judge read them and read them and read them. Finally, he said, "Seems like this ticket was issued in error. Dismissed." The ticket wasn't dismissed because the officer didn't have jurisdiction within that private parking lot, although he did not. The ticket wasn't dismissed because the judge didn't have jurisdiction within that private parking lot, although he did not. The ticket wasn't dismissed because I didn't really park outside of the lines, because I did. The ticket was dismissed because Nassau County itself didn't have jurisdiction to write laws within the boundaries of that parking lot. Now let that sink in. Did I ever park outside the lines again in that lot? Of course I did. It's a perfect spot because most people assume isn't a legal spot. As the Chief Justice in the Supreme Court of my mind, I judge other people's judgments, including judgments made of me, the judge. In most cases, other people's judgments aren't even argued with or ruled on. In fact, the facts aren't considered. Their case is simply thrown out of my court due to their lack of jurisdiction over me. So if someone cites you with a verbal ticket because in their judgment your words or behavior are in violation of some unwritten law in their mind, before you respond, ask yourself, do they have jurisdiction over this area of my life? If not, simply ignore them. Or you can tell them this: you lack jurisdiction over me. I'm a self-governing adult. My parents are dead, and you didn't adopt me. I'm not a student in your classroom, not an employee in your firm, or a soldier in your army. I'm the Chief Justice in the Supreme Court of my own mind. I judge other people's judgments, including those made of me. You lack standing. You are dismissed. Say nothing more, turn, and walk away.